All right, guys, so I'm going to do a quick review here on what I was watching, what ended up getting traded, and off of the options list specifically, I was looking for Luckin Coffee, looking for a short. It opened up pre-market a little bit soft, had this nice big topping tail, pushed lower. I was looking at this consolidative situation right through here, and I was looking for a push lower. Generally speaking, I really like to trade these breakdowns. You can see actually that we had this bottoming tail right off that 200-day simple moving average. On the 15-minute chart, it didn't close in negative territory, and it didn't close in negative territory on the 5-minute chart. So I couldn't get with this trade. I really needed to see something very, very specific, and it wasn't producing anything that I needed to see. Again, we had this nice consolidation right through here. Was looking for a breakdown. It just wasn't there, and this is what I was looking at pre-market. You can see right through here, right out of the gate, sold off, didn't print, bottoming tail, pushed higher, and it's just range bound at the moment. It is 12 o'clock, so the bulk of the volatility and the volume is already gone through on the print, and so the rest of the day is going to be more or less a little slow. But LK, nothing there for me to short. This, first 5 minutes, first 10 minutes, I really need to see something print, and I really need to see the market give me direction. The two charts, they weren't correlated either. You can see that price action is below 20-day simple moving average, above the 200, and it was just chopping through the 20 here and below the 200. So there was a disconnect on Luckin Coffee. Wasn't feeling it. I was then watching Beyond Meat because this thing was just moving. You can see that 200-day simple moving average, 20-day power pump right through here, pulled back, crushed it right out of the gate. I actually waited on the first pullback on the 5-minute chart. This was a pretty nice trade. So this was the move right through here. The first 5-minute charts was more or less indecision. You can see that the real body is dead smack in the middle of the top of the range and the bottom of the range. It did hold that 20-day simple moving average. And then from there, it started to move. What I did through here was I actually took these two bars just like so, used my Fibonacci's just like that, and then I had a predetermined target at the 618. Now the 618, you can see right through here, was taken out. It moved even higher. As it moved higher, I then took my stop. I banged it up right around that 618 level, and then I started manually getting closer and closer and closer to the bid on purpose to really choke the trade off. As soon as the bid was hit, I ended up stepping out of this thing with a 32% gain on Beyond Meat. I was in at, let's see here, 470, sold out at $6. And at present, this thing ran like crazy up and around here. These same calls that I sold at $6 moved all the way up to $11. So I did sell way, way, way too soon. Having said that, I don't let that affect me because I followed my strategy and the program that I trade, and it hit exactly what I needed to see. I scalped it. I didn't stick around for the momentum. I didn't stick around to see if there was going to be momentum. I just scalped, popped, and I was out, period. Tesla. We had some news in the in the room today that people were trading Tesla. Tesla over the last little while has been looking a little weak. You can see that we talked about some of those incredible levels that it had carved out, and the trajectory change from this position to that position, and then this final leg up right through here, which ended up collapsing. It is currently sort of in that double top territory. It is still looking overdone on this 15-minute chart. It is technically speaking a long trade today because of where price action is positioned over the moving averages. But with that said, it's still looking overextended, and it's looking overextended on a double top situation on a 15-minute chart. I don't like this any longer. But right out of the gate, right through here, that bar, that's going to be the bar that you're going to want to look at. You're just going to look at the bottom, go to the top, use that Fibonacci projection tool, and you'll see that this thing also went straight into that 618 level, which is where I love trading out of these stocks. So Tesla also played by their rules, but I didn't trade Tesla. A couple of people in chat did. I did not. Roku, I posted about this. These guys are moving into a strategic partnership with a broadcasting network in Brazil, and that's put some upwards pressure on Roku. Again, this is something that gets traded a lot by some of our community members, and today Price actually moved up substantially, moving up 6 points or almost 5%. So that was really, really nice. GNPX, this is something that we talked about pre-market. It was up, like 200 and some odd percent going into the market. There were some questions here as to whether or not it was a riskier trade because it had moved up so much. My retort to that was, yeah, of course there is, but you just got to do what the market is telling you to do. And what I mean is, we're looking at that 200-day simple moving average and that 20-day simple moving average on both the 15 and the 5-minute chart. If price action rallies, disconnects from that 20, pulls back, pulls that 20, that's a bull move. And it broke that flag, and it was definitely something to sink your teeth in twice on GNPX. Did I trade this? I did not. A number of our traders absolutely did. CSS, we talked about this. Not a lot there. That looks like it's an acquisition. NVAX, this thing also was moving up pre-market. Looks like it got a little bit choppy, double top, and then ended up selling off into the bell. And really, ultimately, at the end of the day, that's where it is. GNPX, some of our members hit this. Beyond Meat, again, I took a swing at it. I waited around on Luckin Coffee to dump, and it just didn't come. And so I had to step away. Another stock that we talked about was Halliburton. And Halliburton reported today, and they beat expectations, but there looked like there was some indecision into the pre-market right through here. Like, it was a positive report. They moved up, they moved down, they chopped through those MAs, and now they're just kind of during today's session range bound. So this is one of those things where you might have to, if you want to trade the earnings report, hold off for a bit. You can see that right now it is technically consolidating. If you take that out of the equation, you can even move this higher, to be honest. 24.76 high. You've got some support down through here at roughly 23.47. So there is some consolidation that's holding. If price action was to take out that 24.76 level, I suspect that you would probably get a little bit of resistance up here at 25.46. But again, if you're in here, that might actually be a pretty decent target if you're trading options with Halliburton. So that's the earnings play. Tonight, Netflix is reporting and IBM. And if we look at the two of them, NFLX, Netflix kind of moving sideways pre-report on that 15-minute chart, and it's been doing so for the last little while, so that's range bound. We'll get some movement out of this later, and IBM is doing pretty much the same. It is moving up bullishly today, but they are reporting at the close. You can see that we've got this 139 by 137, roughly a you got this wide range here. So I wouldn't do anything with either of those stocks until after the report. As for that, that's it. That's all. That's the day. It's 12 o'clock. I'm going to get out of here. If you guys need me, you can buzz me in the chat room. Tonight is Ask a Trader. I've posted the registration link in all of the appropriate rooms, and I've emailed out those invitations. If you need anything, I'm at julian@jlewistrade.com, or you can buzz me in chat. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.